Welcome back to Crazy Gamers Games. I hope everybody had a very Merry Christmas, and we are back at our videos of building an Adeptus Mechanicus army. This is going to be part 13, and I just want to say I hope the Omnissiah gave everybody lots of Adeptus Mechanicus army building guys. So, last video before last, I was working on the Claslin robots. As you can see, they are magnetized, and I believe this is 2 mil and 5 mil magnets. 5 mil magnets in the guns, and 3 millimeter magnets in the arms. So, and then he can switch to, his fighting hands, and also the top mount weapon is interchangeable between the flamer. And I just posed them in different ways. I was going to magnetize the arm joint here to make them bendy, but I had to pack the hands with green stuff, and they're a little heavier than I believe the magnets would be able to support in certain positions, especially the guns. The guns were really packed with green stuff in order for the magnets to set. So that is the 2 Castellan robots. I want to give a little tip. If you notice the legs on my Castellan robots, there's 2 different kind of poses. I built these legs incorrectly. I built this one first incorrectly, and I built this one second incorrectly, thinking I had it correct. I want to tell you, I'm telling you this because when you build your robots, follow the instructions very carefully. Look at how all the leg pieces and hip joint lays out before you glue it all together, because it's tricky because you can do different positions, and mine, I ended up where they wouldn't stick on the base very well, so I had to actually have them have packed in green stuff to where that they would stick on the base better. So I'm hoping with the other robots in the set I can figure out what I did wrong and change it, or use that ability to pose differently, to pose them all different, but still have them sit on the base correctly. So that's going to be what I do in the future robot builds. So I suggest going through the instructions very carefully for at least the leg and hip joint sections, because it's important. It gets a little tricky there. So, like I said, I built one, realized what I did wrong, and then I built the second one thinking I fixed the problem, and I didn't try putting it on a base, especially the base you're going to be using. And also, the hip joint on this one is backwards. It actually went together with this is the back side, and that's the front side, and I just missed it. I caught it on the second one, and it was already glued, and it was too late. So that's one of the downsides of using the to be a quick set. You really don't have a lot of room for error. So now on, when I glue the legs for those, I'm going to use just the Citadel thick glue. I also have currently going a Ranger with an OmniSpec for the armies, and then my second Ranger Alpha. I'm going to get these magnetized today with all their options. They're both going to be Rangers, so I have the 2 Rangers for the sniper teams. But what's the next biggest build in magnetization? It's going to be the Adeptus Mechanicus Cataphrone Battle Servitors. Take a look at the back of the box. Now you can build these as destroyers or breachers. So let's leave it like this time so you can look at the back. Now let's go over these units. Okay, you have the breachers. These guys have a 6-inch move, 4+ weapon skill, 4+ ballistic skill, strength 5, toughness 5, 3 wounds each, 3 attacks each, 7 leadership, and a 3+ save. A unit contains 3 breachers, but it can have up to 12. Yeah, up to 12. And each is armed with a heavy arc rifle, and arc claw. And that's the build I like to go with, especially because of the vehicle damage. The heavy arc rifle is a 36-inch range, heavy 2, strength 6, AP -2, D3 wounds. But if you're attacking a vehicle, it has a damage of D6. You can also take a torsion cannon instead of the arc rifle, which is 24-inch, heavy 1, strength 8, -4 AP, and then that's just a flat D6 damage, which in itself is pretty good, but I like the 2 shots, and I normally use these for my vehicles, taking out vehicles anyways. Now the arc claw is melee, +1 to strength, so it'll be strength 6, -1 to AP, 1 damage, but if you attack a vehicle, this weapon's damage is D3. And then you can replace the arc claw with the hydraulic claw, which is a melee times 2 strength, so it'll be strength 10, -1 AP, D3 damage. And it says when attacking with this weapon, you must subtract 1 from the hit roll. So you'd be hitting on 5s. I would like it if their weapon skill was 3, and then you'd just be hitting on 4s. They have a 6+ invulnerable save, and they are a heavy battle servitor. They do not suffer the penalty for firing heavy weapons after moving, but can only advance a D3. Now for the destroyers, you can have, again, up to 12. They come base with a plasma cavern and phosphoric blaster. But you could trade the plasma caliver, excuse me, the plasma caliver for a heavy grav cannon, and you can replace the phosphor blaster with a flamer. The flamer, as in most flamers, 8-inch range, assault D6, strength 4, 1 damage. This weapon automatically hits. In addition to firing Overwatch with this weapon, roll 2 dice when determining how many attacks it makes and discard the lowest. That's a nice flamer. The heavy grav cannon is 30-inch range, heavy 5, 5 strength, 3 AP, 1 damage. If the target has a save characteristic of 3+ or better, this weapon damage characteristic is D3. It's nice against some Space Marines. Wow. Or 2+ saves. So that would help with that. The Phosphor Blaster, 24-inch range, rapid fire 1, strength 5, -1 AP, 1 damage. And it says units attacked by this weapon do not gain any bonus to the saving throw for being in cover. Yeah, but pretty much they'd have to be 12 inches away to get 2 shots. And then you got your Plasma Culvern. You pick one of the 2 profiles, standard or supercharged. They're both 36, heavy D6. The standard is 7 strength, and the supercharged is 8 strength. They both have -3. Standard 1 damage, supercharged 2 damage. But on the supercharge, on a hit roll of 1, the bearer is slain after all the weapon shots have been resolved. Now this destroyer has a 4+ save and only 2 attacks, but everything else is the same, 3 wounds. Yeah, everything else is basically the same. Now for my army, I'm going to be building, I have 9 total. I'm building 6 breachers and 3 destroyers, but they're going to be fully magnetized. I don't know if I can magnetize to where they can be both breachers and destroyers. I haven't looked at the sprue yet. This is my first time going through this. That's the point of these videos. I've never done this before, so I'm just going to figure it out as I go. But this box, I intend it to be the breachers, but if I can make it both with all the weapon options, I will do that. So let's take a look at what's inside here. Okay, so it's the box, transfer sheet, tons of transfer sheets. Looks like 3. They look like 65 mil bases. Yeah, they're 65 millimeter bases. Is that the same as? No, they're 60. The same as the Castle and Robots. I believe they are 65 though. That's strange. So there we go. We got some tracks. And hold on a minute. Looks like no, these sprues. Wait a minute. Nope. I thought these sprues were all the same, but they don't look the same. I thought they would all be the same because you get 3. That's weird. I figured they would all be the same because you could build 3 units, but each sprue is different. They each have the treads, but each sprue is different. Or I thought for sure they would all be the same. So, yeah, each sprue is different. That's weird. Okay, let's take a look at the book here. So we got destroyers and breachers. Looks like you do step 1 through 4 on both for either one. So basically build the base of it, and then you have some options for what the back looks like. I'll do 1 of each. So, and then the destroyers. You got your plasma, your heavy grav cannon. And then now we got the breachers. Yeah, it looks like the breachers have a little bit more armor plating around their body. A little more armor plating around the servitor. Yeah, you see them built there. They got a lot more armor. You put the armor on and just make the arms interchangeable. I don't think anybody would have a problem with you playing a game like that. But it looks like they can be magnetized pretty well. I'll look into this further, and I will let you know in the next video how it goes. For Crazy Gamer Games, I'm the Crazy Gamer. Have a great day.